Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. And the last time you saw us, we did a Euros preview.
Yes.
No games had been played at that point. We obviously did it before the Euros, and now the group stage is over. Round of 16 is starting tomorrow, so we thought we'd try and get another episode out. And the way this is going to work, we're just going to do like a round of 16 preview. We're going to talk about the teams that made it to the round of 16 and the matches coming up, and potentially talk about some of the group stage drama that was there. And obviously, I think it's only right that we start this one with England, who are playing Slovakia in the round of 16. England have somehow ended up with an absolutely blessed
The easiest side. Yeah.
Again, I don't know how Southgate does it. But before we talk about their chances in that round of 16 game, because I'm going to be telling you guys what Slovakia have to offer, but their performance in the group stage,
Lackluster. I think it's very tough to come out and I'm not even the biggest England fan, well stated, but I think it's very tough to come out as the biggest England fan and be like, oh yeah, this is great, and we can build from here and da 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 da. I think it was very underwhelming, man. A lot of people had England as favourites or like the team to get to, and they actually still can get to like the semi-finals, because of the draw. But
I mean, if they don't get to the final, it's a complete and utter failure.
Yeah,
with the side of the draw that they've been on.
I mean, they only won one game in the group stage. I mean, they were the only team in the group.
Scored 2 goals.
They were the only team in the group at all to win the game.
Yeah,
which says it all.
Yeah.
They qualified top with 5 points, so not even 2 wins.
Ukraine got 4 points and went out.
Yeah. So I think Southgate, man, he has just shown, and I think I was saying this to you, like Southgate's showing that he's the kind of manager when he doesn't have much to play with, he gets more out of it than you think. When he took this England team over, and guys were like, oh, a couple good talent in there, but not really balanced. And then they were quote unquote overachieving. Trippier was playing left back and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we remember that 2018 run.
Yeah.
And then now he's in a situation where he's got an embarrassment of riches all over the pitch. An embarrassment of riches. And even I know there's a lot said about the defense, but even defensively, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, as much as people don't rate Joe Gomez or maybe Mark Gahey or Stones or whatever it is, I often feel like if you're a centre back and you've just come off a Premier League season, Slovakia, Slovenia, Romania.
I think there's a shout to say Mark Gahey's been England's best player.
Yeah, but I agree with you 100%. But I just feel as if you're a Premier League footballer coming off a Premier League season, you should be handling the Slovakian, front three of the striker. No disrespect. Yeah. So it's like, even defensively, I still feel like he's got an embarrassment of physical profiles that he can get in there, where it's like, yo, you shouldn't get past Konza. You shouldn't get past. And it's just not really worked.
I mean, defensively, England have been pretty solid. I've never really, obviously, they haven't played great teams, but in the 3 games, I mean, the goal Denmark scored against them, which is the only goal England conceded, was a screamer.
Yeah,
a screamer. I think defensively, which is funny because everyone said all tournament that they've got in attacking areas so much talent, and so much quality,
and they do.
And defensively, they might struggle, but
I mean, they got the young PFA Player of the Year and the PFA Player of the Year. So it's like,
so on Southgate's thing, what you're mentioning about an embarrassment of riches,
he can't do it, man. I don't think he can handle that.
Okay, yeah, I do agree with that. But then, is there also a level of sympathy to have with Southgate in the sense of he needs to, he wants to have all of his best players on the pitch, kind of thing, but in reality, you might actually need to take one of them out in order to balance the team.
I do. Look, what the only bail I'll give him is easy to say that, obviously, in hindsight.
Yeah.
Before the tournament, we all saying Foden's got to get in there.
I mean, I said on this podcast when we did the preview, Trent should be in midfield.
Yeah,
and that hasn't worked.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? But what I was watching with Trent in midfield was better than that 45 minutes of Gallagher.
So look, I hear it in terms of some sympathy of he wants to get all his best players. He wants to get all his best players out there. But then that's some shit that fans, that me and you, that's what we should be saying. We should be saying, put Trent in midfield, play the all-star team. You know, we don't really care about the balance. Like, as the manager of England, as a top coach, you know, which you're meant to be to manage England, you'd assume you've got to be making the tough decisions and saying, bro, football isn't like the Harlem Globetrotters where we can just shove everybody in a team and make it work. Like, you have to make the tough decision. You know, and I just don't think Southgate is capable of making the tough decision. Like,
I agree with you. I think he's shown that.
Yeah. I just don't think he can face the media or face Gary or face whoever's going to be asking him the questions if he drops Foden, for example, if he drops Saka, if he drops Trent, if he drops whoever.
All the questions are going to be about that and dropping that player and what that means and what that has done. But then, obviously, if we follow on that conversation, what changes would you make, having watched England in these first three group stage games before you go into that round of 16 game against Slovakia? What lineup changes would you make? Would you stick with what you said in the previous podcast? Bellingham, Rice, Foden, Gordon, Kane, Saka.
I would. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would 100%. I'm surprised you haven't seen that once in the three games.
Same. I think we could have seen it once. I'm still not fully on board with that because I just don't know how that midfield is balanced.
That's the thing. I agree with the people that are saying Bellingham's being missed. Bellingham is not like the Zidane. As much as he wears the number 5 for Real Madrid and he has scored goals this season. Yeah. He's not Zizou, where it's like if teams are dropping off, he's picking passes, he's unlocking things, he's doing mad sort of Rabona flicks and 1-2s, and like Bellingham.
Guys were saying Carlo had no system.
Bellingham, Bellingham was playing championship football. Yeah. He was playing football in Germany. He can run. He can run around. Yeah. He can get up. He can get down. And I still think from the 8th position,
Bellingham, what everyone's saying about having Rice in there at the minute, and we could talk a bit on that Rice.
Yeah.
But what everyone's saying is that Rice needs someone next to him to progress the ball or do the things that maybe Rice isn't top level at. Right? I don't think Bellingham's a ball progressor.
But there's many ways to progress the ball. Yeah, Kovacic can progress the ball with his passing. He progresses the ball when he just dribbles it 20 yards, bursts up the pitch, creates an overload because now someone stepped out. And Bellingham can do that. Bellingham can grab the ball off Rice, dribble it up 20 yards. When the defender comes, whoa! If that's what then obviously you have to ask Rice to step his game up, play some progress. But the problem they have now is like Bellingham's in the 10, Foden's in the 10. You know, Saka, Kane is dropping now also into the 10 to receive the ball. And there's only so many passes that are on after that.
I think Gordon has to come into the team.
They have to play a winger.
I think Anthony Gordon, also the fact that there isn't a left-footed fullback. And we spoke about the Shaw thing off air.
It's ridiculous.
The amount of times that I've seen England in these 3 games and Trippier gets the ball and he's forced to come inside because he can't go on the outside with his left foot, or he can't get Foden overlap, and Foden wants to come inside. Like, I think Anthony Gordon has to come into this team.
So, of course, I agree with you, and that was my original sort of starting lineup to begin with as well. But what I was going to say is, actually, I think I said Foden could be a winger, but what I was going to say is, I'm surprised with all the iterations that we've seen. Trent, Gallagher, Maino look good. I'm not going to lie, 100%. I'm still shocked that we haven't seen the Rice, Bellingham, Foden thing, and it might not even maybe in training wherever he's seen it and it's not working, but I'm shocked with Southgate's thought process and like the way that stuff pans out real time when he's making these decisions. When he realizes that plan A is not working, I'm shocked to find out what plan B is. And I'm not even a Gallagher hater, trust me, because I thought Gallagher comes on and he sort of does what he does always. But I was shocked to see like, we're not progressing the ball. Gallagher's the first sub. You know, and I'm not, as I said, it's not even to diss Gallagher or nothing like that. And I think some of his hate is over the top. He's come on and he's done well. He's done what he's meant to be doing. But I'm surprised that, you know, Southgate will look at the game and be like, this is because we're not pressing high up the pitch. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro.
And the message Southgate is sending when he does that, whether or not that's what he needs to do, the message he's sending is, let's take a point. Right? When you send Gallagher on instead of a Kobe Mainu, instead of even an Adam Morton, any of those, when you send Gallagher on, it shows you that Southgate's willing to take a point here, and he's not really
we hold what
going
we
for-
have, or
yeah,
whatever that expression.
exactly. But the rumours are that Mainu's going to come into the team for England's game.
And so even
On
that,
Sunday.
I agree that Mainu should come in based off what that 20-minute cameo that he showed. He looked good. It looked like Rice next to midfielder actually looks like a very good player again. You know, but
I think the Rice thing has been. We'll talk about that now. Then, but I think the Rice thing has been over the top.
first of all, yes,
I think in the first game and the third game, he was potentially England's best player. And I think the second game against Denmark, he didn't have a good game.
Do you know what it is? It's funny because
the first game he was mopping up everything.
It's funny because
people out.
These are the trials and tribulations of being like an England star type of player. Yeah, Rice at West Ham was obviously never asked to do these things. Look at his progression. No one was ever saying, "Oh man, this guy he can't progress the ball." Yeah, he can't.
Which is
no one ever
outrageous.
uttered. No one ever uttered those words. That Rice at West Ham, he can't play the six. He can't progress the ball. They all said that's not his job.
He's not a holding midfielder.
Is that? And obviously, Arteta's trying to raise his game, trying to raise the levels X, Y, and Z. And Rice's shortcomings have been like, open to see during this tournament. If he's not next to some real central midfield partners, you're not going to get the best out of him. Like he's played well. I agree with you, but my point is, with the Trent thing, with now Kobe coming in, like if Kobe was at some point going to play, he had to get minutes in game one. I'm not saying start. He had to get minutes in game two. I'm also not saying start. For you to now be like, oh yeah, we need Kobe, and his first start is going to be I know it's only Slovakia, but still, Kobe's first start is now going to be a round of 16 game. And then what happens if that goes well? Yeah, is it just going to be like he should have had a run of games or some minutes? Even Gordon getting 4 minutes. If Gordon comes into the next game, like that's what I'm saying about Southgate's management. It's like if you knew at some point, oh man, I'm running through my plans. I'm like rotating things around. Like
change it. Try something.
Give
new.
people minutes then. And the funny thing is he subbed off Saka, he subbed off Kane, he subbed off Foden, Bellingham at times. Yeah, but he's been replacing them with Gallagher and and now all of a sudden we're saying
Bowen.
and now all of us like Bowen played in the second game. And he looked alright. Looked like he was trying to make things happen. And then Palmer gets the 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
and the Palmer cameo has been way too overgassed.
100%.
But I think like we can't look at Rice and say he's not a holding midfield player.
No, especially not in this England team.
Like even for Arsenal, when Rice was at the start of the season, when Rice was playing in there with Havertz and Odegaard or whoever it might be, even though Arsenal weren't playing at their best, that wasn't specifically because Rice wasn't playing well. Rice was still playing well. Rice was still doing what he needs to do. I still think Rice can play as a number 6. Like I think that's a bit.
I think Rice can play as a number 6, but I do agree.
I do agree that there are certain things where if you can couple Rice with a Thomas Partey or Jorginho, then you can get even more out of Rice's game going forward in goals and assists and driving.
This is why I always knew.
The press.
This is why I always knew Trent in midfield wouldn't have worked, but like it. I don't know if it fits with Rice. On paper, Trent's a good passer. Rice is a good all-round, all action man type of thing. Yeah. But the one thing I do know with Rice is, I agree, that pass off the centre back when his back is to play, he isn't the most like Partey doesn't care. Partey just turns. He doesn't check his mirrors. He I don't know what he has, like some sort of sixth sense. And he's just like, all right, man, I just need to do a double drag back here, find the space, make the pass.
He's not thinking about it.
Declan Rice will 9 times, 8 out of 10, if his back is to play, pass the ball back to the centre back, like where it's come from,
if he's being pressed,
or out to the if he feels as if there's pressure around him, or out to the left back or the right back, or in terms of whatever situation he is. So,
which a lot of the time isn't a bad thing.
It's not. It's safety
because there are times Partey takes that risk.
Declan Rice
and it doesn't work.
He's a groomed English footballer. He was taught safety first. He was not taught through his academy years. Oh, do the that's what they teach you in Spain. That's what they teach you in Italy. That's what they teach you everywhere else. He's come through with West Ham and all these Moyes and all these guys that have groomed him to be a safety first kind of guy. You don't need that in your game. That's not this, So I'm not mad at Rice. I admit, man, that's one of his shortfalls. But like, I knew that. Arteta knows that. Southgate has to know that. And if Rice is a linchpin, as Southgate said in the team, you've got to find the right partner for him, bro. You've
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah.
And like
And
circling Gallagher in there, and like once you realize Trent wasn't working, it had to have been either Kobe or Wharton, and they had to have got more minutes than just like 20 minutes, you know, or 15 minutes versus a nil, you know, a nil draw versus Slovenia. It's got to be like a 45 minutes, man. All right, you're gonna get these 45. We'll see where we go from here.
Yeah. At least because then if they need to come on later on in the tournament, they've had minutes in the legs. They've been able to go out there and actually experience it. But it's also important to say that we can see, and we've said this during the season when we're talking about Arsenal, that there are certain things that maybe Rice isn't top level at. But that's the same with every player.
Yeah.
Right? Like Harry Kane, there are things that he's not top. Which Harry Kane, by the way. Horrendous performance so far.
Harry Kane. You know what? I think Harry Kane is also been harsh. I don't think he's played well.
He's been poor. He's been poor.
I don't think he's played well at all. But I don't think he's done anything that he doesn't normally be doing. Like he's no longer that guy that's like involved all the time in the game.
Yeah.
Like he's in his almost Ronaldo era.
But this is my point, right? Like Harry Kane's shortfalls, Declan Rice's shortfalls, Phil Foden's shortfalls, Bellingham short. They're all abundantly clear when these guys play for England, right? But when all four of those players play for their club team, they're the best player on the.
But it's because it's literally because the top managers.
Exactly. It brings it back to Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, the top managers find the system,
Rice
find
is
the solution.
the best in the world at what he does well.
Yeah.
Right. So put him next to someone who can complement him.
And
Harry Kane's arguably the best in the world at what he does. So play him with wingers that can run him behind that he can.
Bellingham, the thing about Bellingham, to come back to him as well quickly, Bellingham scored a lot of goals. Yeah, Real Madrid's top scorer last year, but he wasn't scoring number 10 goals, if that makes sense. Like if you think of the traditional goal, even Phil Foden's goals of like when he was playing central, the ones where it's like he takes the ball on his back foot, on his left foot, takes 2 touches, just whips it, you know, top bins. Bellingham scored 1 or 2 of those, or even the ones where it's like, do you know Michael Elise when he steps past Casemiro and he's like running straight down? Those are the goals I expect on number 10, where it's like, he's got the whole game in front of him. You know, he can use it on his left foot, on his right, type of thing. Yeah. Bellingham scores the like late run into the box goals. The winger has it. They've put it at the back post, and he's the timing is perfect. It's been knocked down to him from, you know, Hosselu, whoever, and his third man run is perfect. Yeah. And or it's been the coming off, just like he'll do a nod onto Vinny will latch onto it, hold up the ball, feed it to Bellingham at the top of the D, he'll smash it in type of thing. Yeah. So that's my point about Bellingham, is if you play him in the number 10 for England, he's not going to be scoring those
number 10 goals.
Number 10 goals. That's not he's a very good technical player, but he's not Jamal Musiala. He's not he's not even Phil Foden. Yeah, exactly. He's not Phil Foden. So you've got to use these guys appropriately, man. Bellingham is a very, very, very good player that 100% like deserves to be starting for England. But Gareth Southgate's got to find a way, as you say, to minimize his shortfalls and maximize what he's good at. Yeah, and him just saying Bellingham's a goal scorer in 10 because he got 20 goals in Germany, so I just put him there and goals happen, right? Nah,
that's the other thing. Yeah, the way the English media and the English pundits and stuff change their heroes. But for coming into this tournament, Bellingham's the same.
Bellingham's gonna Foden's had the best season of his career. There's no way Foden can't start.
Palmer has 15 minutes.
I think Palmer's the most talented.
He's the most talented.
They essentially said I think Palmer's the most talented of the group. After Saka's 45 minutes.
All I'm going to say on that, because we will move it on. Yeah, all I'm going to say on that is Saka is a better winger than Palmer. Right, Saka is England's best right winger, without a doubt. I think you've seen enough. Yeah, the first game Saka was on smoke, completely, just ripped the guy. Yeah, but even in the second and third game, there were good spells when Saka would rip his man. And usually, if England are going to create a chance, because England have been dead awful at creating chances, it's because Saka's got the ball and he's beat a man or he's done something.
And I agree with you. Like, I think, to be fair though, I actually do think casuals, so to speak, or like a lot of people that don't support Arsenal rate Saka. Like I'm starting to see a lot more than like the last Euros, the respect for Saka.
Yeah.
And then like, he's got like I was speaking to a lot of people just in the office elsewhere, and they're like, yeah, Saka shouldn't be playing left back. I don't know what Ian Wright's talking about. Like he has to be playing right wing. Foden has to. If Foden is not playing, Palmer has to go in the 10 type of thing. And I'm not. I'm actually happy for Saka and Palmer to potentially share minutes. Palmer is a very, very, very good player that can unlock any game. Or
he's not a better winger though.
He's not a better winger, no doubt.
I'm not even arguing about a better player. And
exactly.
Whatever.
I agree with you.
I have my thoughts on that, but everyone's just gonna call me biased if I say that. So, and I rate Palmer. We both rate Palmer, but he's not a better winger.
As I said, he's not better. No, there's no doubt about that. But I understand if there's certain moments in the game when like it will call for Cole Palmer. But that's my point about Southgate. It's like, how is Palmer only getting those 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Like those were his only 15 minutes of the tournament.
Yeah. Instead of making the Gallagher change, bring Palmer into midfield. Play Palmer in midfield.
Like there has to be a way in which you think, all right, man, I've got to create something to get the best out of it. I have Cole Palmer, young player of the year, whatever, just sat here, benching it. I've brought Bowen on before him, and then I've hooked Bowen, and I'm not playing Bowen again. And
AJ's come on before him.
Yeah, but lastly, then on England, do you actually think? Like, where do you think they could potentially get knocked? Or do you think they go from where they are now to the final?
Well,
because I think it will be better. I do think they will be better in the round of 16.
I don't know, man. England, though, some countries, it's like, they'll turn it on. Like, Germany, for the most part, France, obviously, and Spain even. I think Spain have been one of the best teams in the group stage, but I don't know if England have that capacity to just be like, especially, again, we bring it back to the manager. For the manager to be like, now
ultimately, I think the manager will cost them. But I think Slovakia will be like the calm before the storm. They'll be Slovakia like 2-0, 3-0.
Well, so we'll tie this in, because I think Slovakia, I saw their game against Belgium, and when they beat Belgium,
they go for it, huh?
and they impressed me. they impressed me. Those guys in Prodal, guys in midfield, were bossing KDB and them, man. Like moving it about Holles, all of them, right? So I think I genuinely think if England are going to win this game, I think they're going to win it on pens.
No, I do think though
England have scored 1 goal, 2 goals.
I think England will drag a lot of teams to penalties. But I think this is going to be
Slovakia
the calm.
Aren't going to be it's going to be a Slovenia, a Serbia, a Denmark.
I think this will be the calm before. This is going to be after the Slovakia game. You're going to hear we should have been patient with Southgate. He's got things right. England are moving in the right direction, beginning to fire on all cylinders. And then the quarterfinals, wherever it is after round of 16, that's when the humbling comes. Like whoever it is in the quarterfinals would have played a decent game, it'll be Italy or Switzerland, innit? Yeah,
which I think we should talk about now.
You see, so it'll be Italy or Switzerland, and then that's where the humbling will come because we'll be thinking, oh yeah, we've clicked now.
I can see that. The media, Slovakia aren't going to be for England. They're not going to be an easy.
I can see that as well. It might not even be a 2-0.
Work rate. Make it hard.
And those countries where it's like we don't have that many people, we're not really here all the time. They go all out. Yeah,
bro, they beat Belgium.
There's no internal politics in those teams.
Yeah.
Slovakia,
everyone runs. Slovenia for everyone because there's not a star player. There's not a guy. Everyone.
There is no internal politics
exactly
at all. There's nothing.
Selection.
They all know what they're there to do. Yeah.
If you're coming off the bench, you're having the same role.
You're Jesus. Yeah. I'll give you the best 5 minutes of my life.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll give you the best 5 minutes of my life.
But if England do win, which I expect them to win, and I don't think it'll be easy, but I do expect them to win. They'll play Switzerland or Italy.
Yeah. And those are decent teams.
Decent teams. Of those two teams, in my opinion, Switzerland have impressed me more.
Yeah, they have. Do you know what it is? Switzerland's midfield.
Italy were lucky to go through with that last minute.
Italy were very lucky to go through.
Unbelievable finish.
Yeah, it was. But they didn't even look like they were really going to score.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is with Switzerland? And maybe this is the arson in us. But that midfield... It's got what you need. You've got Freuler in there.
Yeah.
You've got Xhaka.
Just in front of Freuler.
You've got a little bit of physicality. Yeah. Plus, these two guys can play technical football. Freuler's at Atalanta. The other guy.
Is it Ndoye?
Yeah.
He's been... I'm looking at him like, yo, if Arsenal need a striker, left foot, right foot,
They've got quality.
snapshots,
They've got quality Xherdan Shaqiri that can
Mbolo,
come off the bench.
Mbolo,
Mbolo, 100%. John, like,
and the back three, Akanji, Shaw.
and exactly the back three
Switzerland are serious team.
The back three are intelligent enough. Shaw's intelligent enough to play that ball.
Yeah, Akanji.
I see you there. I'm just gonna play that.
Yeah. Breaking through the lines.
Yeah, and that's when,
and like you say, the natural thing. Granit Xhaka gets the ball, doesn't think,
plays
forward.
That one we know. He plays progressive passes with his eyes closed. Like 100, and it's good. And Gallagher's playing that game. If it's Switzerland, Gallagher is Rice and Gallagher. It's Rice and Gallagher for 120 minutes. We're going to pens.
But when Switzerland played Germany, that I felt like that was a good test, and obviously Fulkrug scored that.
Yeah, great header in the wind.
But Switzerland shut them out. The way Switzerland defended in that game was on point. They obviously got their goal. I think Switzerland. I think they're going to beat Italy.
I wouldn't be surprised about that. And Italy are missing that good defender, Caliafori.
Is he out?
Yeah, he's out. He got a yellow. He got 2 yellows. Like during the group stages or whatever.
Everyone's getting on about this. Twitter's new love.
Yeah, exactly. Italians with the long hair.
He looks good though.
He does look good. He does look good. I mean, that goal came from him.
Yeah.
That drive and run. But
Right,
Italy are out.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, he's out for the game, and Italy are so weird,
really
man. Yeah, they're so weird.
All of their attacking players are pretty whack.
I'm saying Italy need to go. I'm seeing Raspadori coming in. Allow it.
Even Chiesa hasn't balled.
Yeah, but he's coming off like too many injuries.
Yeah. Man. But go on, pick one. Who do you think's gonna win that?
No, I 100% can see Switzerland winning that game, man. As I said, Switzerland often do well in tournaments. They don't go as far as like semi-finals and that, but every tournament they've been around, and they've got decent players. I wouldn't put it past them. They've got decent coach, and I just think Italy, for example, I think Switzerland have more options to change the game if Italy's game plan doesn't work. Like, if it is 1-1 with 20, 15 minutes to go, whatever goes to extra time, I think Switzerland can actually bring off more pieces to change the game.
When you see the Italian Faggio.
Like, they don't seem to be changing much.
Like, we do a football podcast, and I haven't heard of most of these guys.
They don't seem to be changing much. I do like Bastoni and Caliafori when they're there.
Yeah, Bastoni looks good.
Bastoni and Caliafori when they're there, Donnarumma, like, it's like somewhat solid. Di Lorenzo has to get a shot as well. They're solid at the back, but they don't going forward. They just don't look like
Barella's done his thing.
Yeah. But
they're in the attacking areas
when they need a goal. When you need a goal, is it really going to change for them?
But yeah, we'll move it on. Also on this side of the draw with England and Switzerland and Italy, Romania playing Netherlands. Romania finished top of their group.
Yeah, I know. They were balling, to be fair. But I need the Netherlands to win this.
And Netherlands obviously lost to Austria in their last game.
But you know what, man?
Kuma made a sub after half an hour. The guy was crying.
That's so cool. Who was it? That was so cool.
Veerman. Xavi Simons came on. And they were getting bossed in that first half an hour, to be fair. Ralph Ragnick had his team set up perfectly. All over them. And he made that shot, and the guy was crying on the bench, right? But that's why I don't trust Ronald Koeman to even be outmanaged Southgate, out tactic Southgate.
That's so Dutch of him, though, to just be like,
this is just not working.
Yeah.
Change it.
I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. Your family's here. I don't care.
This is a must-win game. No, change. But yeah, I'd expect Netherlands to win that game.
What? Oh, sorry, Romania. Yeah. I was gonna say I don't really get on Netherlands too much for losing to Austria. Austria are a good team, and like Netherlands have actually shown. Like they're obviously missing, Frankie De Jong and
they got robbed against France.
A couple of good players, but yes, they did get robbed 100% because they will never be consistent on that call. But I think Netherlands have also shown that we're all right still. We're not like the worst Netherlands team that's ever come to this tournament ever. That Van Dijk is there, Ake is there doing the things.
The commentary on Netherlands in this country is horrendous.
Yeah.
all I'm hearing, Danny Murphy, I don't know how Van der Ven's not starting. His pace, his athleticism, I don't know how he's not starting. How's the Vrij in this team?
He's playing well. But Cody Gakpo, man, he's balling for them. I actually like what he's bringing to the table for the
that goal he scored against Austria.
He's looking like an outlet.
Cold.
That goal he scored versus Austria. He's been doing that match they won in this tournament. Like every time he gets the ball, he just seems to be getting a nice one. This guy, and he's going at him looking for that like cut-in shot.
Maybe he had a phone call from Onslaught.
Stamps up the levels.
Yeah.
The
Dutch guys here now.
Yeah, I think Netherlands will beat Romania. I agree with you, and I need Netherlands to keep it interesting in case potentially Italy. Yeah. I don't want to see an England Romania. You know, like you've gone.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the other round of 16 on that side, Austria, Turkey. Both teams have been all right, to be fair.
Yeah, Turkey will go out though.
Yeah, Turkey had a good game the other day.
They did,
Kalinoglu, Cenk Tosun.
Hey, that finish from Kalinoglu, it's top.
It's a tech man finish.
But I don't think Arda Güler is 100% fit. And even then, I just at the back, once Austria, like Turkey could even go ahead. 1-0 and lead for like 70 minutes. But in the final 20 minutes, when Ranić is like, all right, set up in their half. Let's just get the ball moving around side to side, like probing type of thing. I don't think Turkey's defense can withstand any consistent sort of barrage of pressure. That own goal and stuff that I was seeing from Turkey versus Portugal. You watch that game.
That Turkey-Portugal game is one of the main reasons why I'm like, Turkey can get torn apart.
Yes, yeah.
Like it could just be a thing where Austria turn up and it's just like a 3-0 and it's over by halftime kind of thing. It could be one of those.
Lima's in there, Stabitz in there. No, I agree with you.
Lima, Baumgartner, all of those guys knocking the ball around the triangle. Sabitzer, false 9.
Ranić is one of the best managers in this tournament, man. And like obviously we've done a lot on Southgate, but a lot of these teams who don't have necessarily like the star quality that in England or France and all these guys have, like you can clearly see who's got a good manager. You can clearly see what team. It's almost even more pronounced in international football than it is in like, that you've got a good manager. He set you guys up. Yeah. He's putting these guys in these positions to do this job, to get the team going. And I think it'll be tough.
After the very first game off air, we spoke about, Nagelsmann, you can just tell. He's got principles. He's got ways of playing. He knows how to coach a press.
Yeah.
But I think Austria will win that. Austria have impressed me.
Agreed.
And then on the other side of the draw, and I can't believe this is happening. All these teams on this side, but Germany, Denmark.
That would be a good game.
Yeah.
I think Germany will edge it, but I think Germany will literally just edge it.
Other than Switzerland, who gave them a good game, Germany kind of dealt with Hungary and Scotland.
And I also do think that once Germany knew they were after the second game, they'd already topped the group in it.
Yeah, it was a bit different. Yeah, and I think this is going to be rumors are that Füllkrug might come in to start.
I think that will happen actually, but I think it will be.
I do think Nagelsmann is a manager that appreciates what Kai Havertz.
So I think it'll be the opposite now. I think Füllkrug will come in and like be the guy that like he's flicked on, he's done well to get there, he's put himself about, and Kai Havertz will come on and score.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, there's rumors. The rumors are they might even play together.
Is it?
And that Wirtz might come out of the team.
Undroppable Kai, is that what they're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I know Nagelsmann appreciates what Kai is giving the team.
Now, but Germany, like they've as you were just saying, they're structured. They've played well. Their manager has an idea of what he wants from them. The players have an idea of what the manager wants for them. It's sort of clear to see that Gundogan's balling, Kroos is balling, Rudiger and Tar at the back. It's not easy to get past. Like that's not easy to get past.
And they're just there isn't an answer for Musiala.
Yeah, exactly. And he was one of my watches before the tournament. And even the guys from Germany, you know what I like about Nagelsmann? He's sprinkled in a little bit of like, not even, I can't call them fan favorites because I don't know them, but I'd say fan favorites in the sense of like Andricht and this Mittelstadt guy who's playing at left back or whatever. Like, I'm sure he's put them in there because he's like, yo, I know you
guys play Bundesliga.
Exactly. I need you to do this one specific job in this team. Like, once the ball comes out to the left flank, Mittelstadt, head up in the box. Or like, head up to Musiala type of thing. And then just mark your man, make sure it's not an easy. And then Andricht is just like, yo, legs. Run.
Break up play.
Foul.
Slow the game down.
Exactly. Emre Can will come on.
Every now and again, you'll see Kimmich come into midfield from right back. And so
Well, I like that.
And as much as Denmark are a good team, you said it earlier, they haven't won a game,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I think Tar's missing this game, right? Because he got booked.
Oh, is it?
But I don't think that's a problem.
Schlotterbeck.
Straight in there, left-footed, left-sided.
The angles are
next
even
to
better.
Rudiger. Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be Schlotterbeck staking his claim
I
for the rest of the
I
tournament.
also do think that obviously the problem with them that Denmark will have will be like Gundogan, Cruz, Havertz if he's there, whoever will find Musiala every time in the pocket. Or they'll find Verts every time in the pocket. And like Denmark, for some reason I kin them to Brentford so much. I don't, maybe because there's a lot of Brentford players and Frank whatever, but I just don't think
they play three at the back.
Yeah,
they play with two strikers.
yeah. Like Højbjerg's in there. It feels like he could be a Brentford player. No God's there, obviously.
That transfer's happening.
Yeah. I just don't think that they'll have enough to keep it out. Like Germany will be like constantly knocking on the door, constantly. And the one that you don't expect, like that home lock, like Andrik's goal that got cancelled out, where the keeper's just full, like that will happen. I feel like just the pressure and the fans when your goalkeeper, you're looking up and you're seeing 80,000 German fans at home screaming. You're like, all right, man.
It's going to be tough to deal
with. Yeah. I think that will break a lot of teams as well.
But one of the other guys you had on your top 5 players to watch as well, Rasmus Højlund.
Yes.
Who we should give an update on. We're obviously talking about Denmark now. I don't really see how Denmark caused the Germany back for any real problems. And Rasmus Højlund, I've probably seen 2 Denmark games. Obviously saw the game against England where he was just a ghost on the pitch. Just looked like they were playing with 10 players. And he's been playing with the Strike partnership, all the things we said before.
Right? It's not Ten Hag. Yeah.
Have you got the hold up play?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you bring that?
And that was my metric. It wasn't even necessarily the goals. It was are you going to be involved in these football matches, or are these things just going to drift by? Yeah, like sometimes
and you're going to come off with 8 touches.
Yeah, what's going on? Throw yourself about, and there's no excuse because you're seeing Slovakia and Slovenian strikers and all these guys, Georgian strikers, throw themselves about, get on the end of things. If Tossen's scoring in tournaments, bro.
Like I don't think Sesko's actually scored, but you can see
you can see
a player.
Sesko has this like. Oh, half bounce! I'm just gonna smash this.
Yeah.
like he has this fearless like, oh, I've taken a good touch here. This has got to go. Yeah. I'm just emptying the clip.
Left foot, right foot.
Yeah,
We'll talk about Slovenia because they're still in this competition. But yeah, I think Germany will win that.
Of course, yeah.
And they'll play the winner of Spain versus Georgia.
Germany, Spain will be good.
Yeah, so obviously
Spain will beat Georgia.
Spain is the only team to have won every game. I'm expecting them to beat Georgia, but shout out Georgia, man. For a
great game
relatively
versus
small
Portugal.
country.
Yeah.
There was a quote from Kvaratskhelia that was like before the tournament, he was saying everyone's expecting Georgia to get knocked out. Nobody's giving Georgia a chance, but when it comes to the tournament, we'll see. And obviously, they went through. He did his thing.
Yeah,
he's kind of
to be fair, the striker as well.
Almost.
He's top scorer.
Oh yeah, he's top scorer. Scored a couple pens. I heard West Ham put a 20 million bid in for him.
No, I heard he's now going. Is it Monaco? He's going somewhere in France.
Yeah. Well, his stocks are up.
Yeah.
But Kvaratskhelia,
he's a baller.
I mean, we said, and obviously we'll talk about them, but just because we're going to make the comparison, we both had Liao on our lists. And you said, is he serious?
Is he serious? I don't know if he is.
At this point, exactly.
I actually don't know if he is. I don't know if he is.
But Kvaratskhelia, the way he's playing, and obviously it's different, right?
Exactly. The country's on his back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is your team.
You got to make the plays. Yeah, you got to make the plays. Yeah.
Right? It's not like a club level thing, right? But he rose. How many times do I say Harry Kane rise?
Yeah.
Whoever it is, he rose. He scored that goal inside the first 2 minutes. He balled out in that game.
He didn't let Eden Hazard thing hold up play versus Brazil.
Exactly.
I just got to do everything.
Yeah.
I just got to, drag us 25 yards up the pitch. No, Kvaratskhelia is a real big baller.
For the Georgians, they'll remember that performance. That Kvaratskhelia.
That's mounted. They've watched that game back. Back to back. I think I do agree with you, man. They deserve a massive shout out because I definitely didn't expect them to be going for. You think they'll be the whipping boys?
I think this is their first major tournament Scotland have been in how many?
How'd you?
They haven't won a game. Scotland. I can't remember the last time Scotland won a game at a major tournament.
I don't think they have. I genuinely don't think they have.
But Georgia, Kvaratskhelia team on his back.
How do you think tournament Scotland? Sorry, honestly, feeling like when you see there's hello teams, Slovakia, Slovenia, X, Y, and Z. You know that
Austria, Turkey, Romania.
Yeah, a win, one win,
Could
have got you through.
If they'd beaten Hungary in that last game when they
But
conceded in the 90+10.
Yeah, come on, man.
But yeah, look, and quick word on Spain. They've probably been the best team in the tournament.
You know why? They're the most balanced team in the tournament.
It's very balanced.
They've got two wingers that are cold, pacey, good technical dribblers, can sort of play any cross/pass.
But there's also like a Lamine Yamal's like a Riyad Mahrez, right? Obviously not on that level, but that kind of player.
Nico Williams is serious.
Nico Williams is like a 1v1.
Yeah, you're serious.
Demon. They've got the Alvaro Morata can drop it, and it's not on him to bag the goals
all the time. It's not set up that he has to be the only guy to bag all the goals. Yeah. And then obviously you've got Rodri in there, you've got Fabian Ruiz in there, you've got Pedri in there, and it's the Spanish football.
I will say though, Pedri and Fabian Ruiz with anyone but Rodri, and that's not balanced.
It's not working.
It's
not
balanced. It's not balanced at all. It's getting run through.
Yeah,
they're not keeping the ball.
But even Spain, I think for the last game,
seeing Rodri transition his game from Man City to Spain, and it's just the same game. All these guys,
why would it change?
Pep system players.
Why would it?
Harry, when we talk about Harry Kane, Bellingham, Bryce, under Southgate, Rodri, plug and play, do exactly the same thing.
I think Rodri turns up to the training camp with instructions pre-written from Pep Guardiola. The Spanish manager just has to take them on board. He's giving a USB file, and it's just like, yo, this is Rodri's game.
Yeah,
this is what he will do for you. Just leave that there. Don't touch that. Yeah, like literally, don't tweak my settings.
Don't give him any instruction.
It's like a car seat.
Don't try and coach.
Don't tweak my car seat. Don't tweak my settings. Don't tweak my settings. I have him perfectly programmed.
I've got the base perfect.
Yeah. Don't work with it. It works.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And then you know what's weird about Spain actually? Like I think Spain can get found out because yes, they've done well to begin with, but I'm not convinced by Lenormand.
I think defensively,
I'm not convinced by Lenormand and Laporte.
No.
Like they've been a better team than all the teams they've faced because they've been able to keep a lot of possession. Rodri does a lot of that work. X, Y, and Z. Nico Williams, we've said it cold. But if a team put it on them, if there was a long ball over the top and Lenormand and Laporte had to deal with
bouncing ball.
A full crew. Literally, if they play Germany or a Havertz, like I don't know if they're gonna get the best.
I think where Spain have looked good is that in their group, and Italy including this, because Italy haven't been great. Spain have dominated the ball.
Yeah.
Right. And if Spain are going to dominate the ball,
they'll always look good.
Lenormand and Laporte will look like world beaters.
Simple jobs.
They're top level in possession.
Yeah.
They can find the pass. They can find all the angles. They can play all the different types of passes you need them to. But when they play against a Germany, a France, a Portugal, who they're on that side of the draw with, and they can't just completely dominate the ball, and they're going to have to defend in a low block, get together. I think they could struggle.
I think both of those centre backs can be surprisingly rash. Like Laporte, we kind of know about.
Yeah.
Like he can just fly into a challenge that you're like, oh, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Like you were the last, like you were the last man.
There was no need.
Yeah. But I think Lenormand is kind of the same. Like I think he's meant to be the also equally an aggressor.
Yeah.
And I think if, as you said, Germany,
Lenormand, it strikes me as a guy there's a mistake.
If Musiala, if he starts dragging him into places he doesn't really want to be,
and Lenormand strikes me as a guy who's going to think, I'm going to come and crunch him. I'm going to come and crunch him in here.
And the touch is perfect.
Yeah,
he's thinking
turn, reverts, and it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Spain, man. They've done what they needed to do. And then France versus Belgium.
Yeah, I think France always beat Belgium.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll talk about France first here, but France haven't been that great.
Do you know what? Yeah, they haven't.
I saw like they haven't scored an open play goal yet.
But at the same time,
they scored one penalty.
I actually think they've been like their games have not been like who's the first game?
Austria.
Like Griezmann missed bare chances.
Yeah.
France have still been creating open play chances and just been looking a bit wasteful. And then
someone who was on my list.
Yeah.
N'Golo Kante. You told me he's not going to start.
No, he's been bored. He can't leave. He can't leave the team. He can't, it's impossible for him to leave this
Yeah,
team.
did you see the way they were talking about Kante on Filthy?
No.
I think Margs was like, he goes, yo, everyone went to Saudi for the money, but Kante took it seriously.
He went there to play ball.
Kante went there to play ball. He's not joking around.
No, but like as much as I agree that France haven't looked impressive because they haven't topped the group and won all their games, and that's what you expect. I also don't think that the level is that low.
Yeah.
Like I think that they've always
true.
been 1 or 2 passes away from winning the game. Like,
and also what we were saying about England, I'm 90% sure France are going to up it.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to win or go home, France are going to start winning.
Yeah, and exactly once teams really try and buck Saliba and Upamecano and
Saliba though, talk on it.
I was saying he was going to have the shut the fuck up performances. He's going to have all that talk, all that noise before. We're done with that now. And it's there. Everybody's not saying he's the best centre back. And Mbappe, Deschamps.
He's clearly the A-side. If someone's coming out of that team, it's Upamecano, who just gave away a penalty in the last game.
Of course. The quotes on Saliba are music to my ears. Everybody's saying, yeah, you're the best centre back in the world.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
You see, after the first game, all the Liverpool fans like Konate laughing at Saliba's debut. And Konate's just holding bench. He's just holding bench for Saliba. Shout out Saliba though, man. It would be nice to kind of see him win it.
Yeah, one player I will say about France though, Dembele. Frustrating me bears, man. Frustrating me bears. Like,
he is that player though. I feel like he's always kind of been that player.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I thought at some point you turn 27 or 28 or whatever and you start to just put it together. Like, all right, I execute now.
Yeah.
But he's so frustrating because of how good he is or can be. And then sometimes the decisions that he takes and some of the stuff that he does. You know, like, I don't know. I'm not saying he should be dropped. I don't know who else they would bring in or how it would look.
With that, I mean, up until the end product, and obviously end product is a massive
it's everything,
thing,
yeah,
right?
sometimes.
But up until the end product, he's the closest thing to Vinny in the game. He's the closest thing to Vinicius Junior.
I can't remember whose chop you were saying about before, but everybody in the world falls for Dembele's chop.
Dembele's chop.
There's
the nastiest chop in football.
There's no one
the fake shot.
No one in the world thinks, oh yeah, he's chopping this,
and it's chopping left to right or right to left.
Same thing.
Yeah,
like drinking water. So that quality, bro, can be explosive. And with Mbappe on the other side and Griezmann down the middle, you think, yo. But I feel like them, like obviously Mbappe broke his nose, whatever, in the first game. Didn't really play the second game. So that's also why I give France some like leeway. I think for them it's like heats for them. There's group stages. It's just like got to get through the heats.
Yeah.
And then once we get,
they strike me very much as a team that's like they finished second. And it didn't really look like they cared.
Do you know what, man? It's funny because I was one of my like COOs in my company, wherever, he's French, and I was asking him, I was like, because if we were speaking about the Euros, he's an elderly gentleman, man. He's in his 60s. Anyway, so I was just saying, like, yeah, in England, like you see how the media attack BBC, Sky, like get on to England players. I was asking him, I was like, is it the same in France? Or like French media, because you've drawn 1-1? They bear onto the players and the manager and And he was like, yeah, don't get me wrong, they're going to be killed in France, but it's nothing like in England. And I was like, yeah, I can understand that. And he was basically just saying, like, this French team are one thing. Like, we've seen them, like, they've proven themselves as winners. Everybody remembers all the achievements, or they've been to the finals, or they've been to, so like, even in that squad, there's an expectation, or there is like, don't worry, like we know what it takes.
Yeah.
Like we know what it. Griezmann, all these guys, we can't Konate 100%, but like he's been there. He's been to all the semi-finals and finals and X, Y, and Z. Chimeni and all these guys now, Camavinga. So it's like, I think if there was ever a team, if he was going to put money on that, just going to up the levels in the round of 16. And Belgium,
they've been there, done it.
Belgium. As like you're just saying off there, like Belgium.
I'm hearing Walker and Stones. Josh Denzel does that Lions Den thing. Yeah? I'm hearing Walker and Stones on there saying, "Oh yeah, we've been in situations where the last 10 games of the season are all cup finals, and we're at that point in the tournament now. So we're just trying to drip feed that kind of advice and information." And I'm like, "Yo, this doesn't work like that. When you don't have Daddy Pep there telling you exactly what you need to do in this phase, in that phase, in this square."
Yeah.
It's not like that. You can't just tell Mainu, Wharton, yo, this is what it's like. This is a cup final. You can't do that.
As much as we've said, like, we gave Gahey mad praise and he deserves it all.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker can't just turn to Gahey and be like, oh yeah, by the way, this is just like knockout. Like Gay, he's been playing for 12th place teams in England. Yeah, he's been playing for 12th place teams in England, and now you're just telling him, oh, this is what you
just it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. Whereas with the France team, like you say, they've all been there together as a group on the international.
You're turning to your brother who was there last time, and you're saying, we know what we need to do.
Exactly.
We know what we need to do. Communicate X, Y, Z. This.
Yeah.
You do run your hard yards. Like,
and I mean, on France stepping up and whatever, I don't even think this is going to be too hard for them, because Belgium have been, of all the teams we've spoken about, Belgium are one of the worst.
Yeah. In terms of underperforming,
are an awful team. They're an awful team. Faz.
Well, exactly. I was gonna say you're going nowhere without Faz. You're still going nowhere without Faz. And
and on paper they've got
a decent
7
team.
or 8 good players.
Yeah, Trossard, Tielemans, De Bruyne,
Onana, Lukaku. Lukaku this tournament, by the way, has been funny.
Do you know what it is?
I think
with the Dutch, sorry, not the Dutch, the Belgians, I really think that they it's so clear to see who's French and who's Flemish. And I don't know if they can get over that hump. For them, that must be their, you know how in England it's always like, oh, the Chelsea boys didn't get on with the United boys, and the Liverpool boys didn't want to speak to, whoever it is.
Yeah.
That must be their thing. The Belgians, once they get into that changing room, you've got all the Flemish guys in there. And then you've got all the French guys in there, and it's all just it doesn't mesh the same.
I mean, did you see KDB going over to clap the Belgian fans? And then they were booing because it came up on the big screen that KDB got man of the match. And then when it came up, the Belgian fans started booing. The rest of the Belgian team went over to go and clap the fans, and KDB was like, "No,
I'm done.
Leave it. Let's go."
Is it?
Because they were booing them, and to be honest, rightfully so.
Yeah, Belgium were poor. And
the team you got, Romania should not be winning the group. Come on, man. You lost to Slovakia. You just about beat Romania, and then you drew with whoever the last team was.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think I just can't see any way Belgium rise to that occasion. Well, Faz in a channel with Mbappe, Griezmann dropping off, but Vertonghen's playing. Vertonghen's playing Eredivisie.
They were saying this is Vertonghen's 100 and something cap. I was like, that's when you should be retired. When you start getting to over 100 caps,
enough's enough.
For your international team, and you broke into the international stage at 25, 26, can't leave it.
But then, then obviously if France win that, they'll play Portugal or Slovenia.
I think it'd be Portugal.
Yeah, most likely going to be Portugal. But we mentioned Sesko earlier.
Yeah.
And like you say, the one thing about Sesko is just he almost kind of knows if I pass this ball to another one of my teammates, it ain't really going to go anywhere because they ain't really got the facilities like that. So Sesko will pick it up and he'll just slap it, and it will just brush the
whiskers.
balls.
Yeah. It's always whiskers. Keeper has to tip it over.
No, Sesko's impressed me.
He has. I didn't think his tech was like that.
Yeah,
I don't think his tech was like that, because some of these are not even easy shots. It's not like he's got time and space, and he can wind the goal. Yeah, he can wind it up, and it's ricocheted out, and he's just slapped it.
It's just a snapshot.
Yeah, but I don't think it will do much versus Portugal. I think Portugal have been underappreciated in this tournament. They've not been the most impressive, but no one's really been mentioning. I'm not really seeing the ITV or the BBC mention them as impressive teams in the tournament. They all say Spain, they all say Germany, but Portugal had 2 wins and a draw, and 2 wins and a loss actually.
Yeah, they lost to Georgia. Yeah,
but I think when they're starting 11 for Portugal, and Roberto Martinez has his starting 11 out there, Vitinha and those guys there, I do think they can actually do a lot of damage to a lot of teams.
I think Portugal have a very good squad. They have a very good set of players. They have a very good starting 11. But I've said this before. I just don't know about Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, he is a little bit what
he has the overthinking gene.
I was gonna say
first game everyone's expecting 4-3-3. He goes 3-5-2. He plays Ronaldo up top with Leao. Right, he doesn't play Paulinho. He plays Vitinha.
Yeah. I don't understand when they said
Silva.
Paulinho is making his first appearance in the second or third game.
Yeah,
was
But
like,
and then Palhinha came in for that second game, and it was like, yo,
yeah,
this is what we need. You need how Palhinha has to start. He has to start. He needs to be arguably the first name on that team sheet.
agreed.
Because there isn't another midfield player in that
Especially when Pepe's 40, and Pepe plays. He's been playing well.
Pepe's been balling.
He's been playing very well. But against the bigger teams, you want Pepe on islands with guys being drawn out to right back. Yeah, and now he's got to face a Musiala or a Vert, or you say he's going to be playing France, like a Dembele or whoever. Yeah, Mbappe, God forbid. Yeah, on an island thing at right back. So
but I don't know, man. Pepe seems like
he's sturdy. Don't get me wrong, he's done very well. But
obviously, I haven't seen him in those situations with that level of player. But I've seen him in those situations.
No,
and at 40 years old,
simple maths, the guy that's 20 years younger,
I don't know how he's doing.
He should be skinning you.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. Like Roberto Martinez, and I definitely think ultimately it will cost Portugal if they were to get to the semi-final. I must have no doubt they'll lose it because Roberto Martinez won't 100% get it. He won't be dialed. Like, he won't be dialed in. Yeah. He won't get it right. He'll try the big risk and he won't get the reward.
The annoying thing is that I think Roberto Martinez has the managerial capacity to win the tournament.
Yeah, of course. But
I'm expecting him on the biggest stage to do something and it not work.
The worst thing Roberto Martinez could do is go up against Spain and think think, what am I going to do
in a semi-final?
Yeah, what am I going to do to combat this? Yeah. I'm going to play Danilo. I'm going to play
as a Spanish manager. Yeah.
I'm going to play Danilo Pereira and try and get a box to combat their three.
It'll be that kind of shit. It'll be Bernardo on the right. Bring Dallo.
Yeah.
But now, I put a Vitinha.
Vitinha is a serious baller.
We talk about ball progression.
Exactly. He sleeps that.
Natural. Yeah. So natural.
Yeah.
So Vitinha gets the ball. He's like, this is going forward.
And the good thing I like about him is
he'll wrap a pass.
He will always ask for it. Yeah. Like he always wants it. He always wants to get on it. He will tight position, doesn't care, defenders on his back, whatever. He wants that ball off you to get things going. Now he's a serious baller, but Leao, man, like there've been moments, like Leao will have a moment in the game where he just so easily turns away from a guy and sprints 30 yards up the pitch. And
I genuinely watch it. I'm like, this is world class.
yeah.
This is.
And
ridiculous.
Then for 20 more minutes will go by.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but
he's trying to get by a foul.
Yeah, exactly.
Leao's game. Yeah, so we sometimes say, does it translate? Yeah, Leao's game on like in terms of when he has the football can translate. Yeah.
Everything else,
what Leao does off the ball doesn't translate.
We'll get found out. We'll get found out.
Like Leao, if he's on the floor and he's crying for a foul and the ref hasn't given it, the opposition go down the other end and score.
And Alcemeda's on overlaps and you're not there.
He will get crucified. Because in Milan, he's the crown jewel, right? He's almost like the guy that brought Scudetto back.
Yeah.
Signed a new contract and whatever. He won't be that if he comes to any Premier League team. And he'll have to work as hard as everyone else. And I just don't think Leao's got that in him.
But as I said, I agree with you, man. Like, at moments on the ball, it's beautiful. It's literally joggable. It's the beautiful game. Yeah. Like he'll turn out of danger, do like a tap between the legs, and just burn a guy for pace. And I'm like, yo, who the hell can stop this? Like, there's no answer for this.
It's to have that technical ability with that PMP is a joke.
but he's just not locked in. Like he's just not mentally dialed in all the way. And now Pedro Nero's coming off the bench and he looks like a dog and he's looking like the guy that's really going to get the G's and the A's or like be the production guy.
Even
Conceição is playing well. I do like it and find it interesting at the same time that Roberto Martinez is just like, I'm going to play Ronaldo for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Up top. Yeah. And I don't think Ronaldo's playing badly. I'm not here to slag him. He's my GOAT, so to speak, yeah. But I didn't think coming into a Euros 2024 was still like, and I'm not saying he should be benching at all. I'm happy to see it. But I'm so shocked that Ronaldo is still getting 90 minutes. And his quality's there. He's still doing the things. That's why
I think in that first game, Martinez went 3-5-2. Because he thought, if Ronaldo's going to be in this team and I want to try and press, I'll play 3-5-2, put him with Leao there, get the defensive solidity.
That's the worst front two press.
Yeah, and I think he just kind of thought, and he obviously realised in the second game, look, maybe we don't press.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But we keep Ronaldo in there. We put João Palhinha in there who can defend deep and whatever. Look, Portugal have and Portugal, the one thing I say about Portugal is they have a starting 11 that's almost built for a tournament.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say, the thing though that will bail Martinez out is the players on the pitch have the individual quality, I think, to win any match. Like Bruno can find a pass to win any game or score the goal to win any game. Coutinho looks like he can do that as well. Leao can do that.
Ronaldo, obviously.
Neto can do that. Yeah. Bernardo Silva, of course, can do. Like, so I think it's going to be one of those ones where if Portugal are actually rigid and they don't concede much, they've got enough pieces up there that can nick it for play.
That's why I say Palhinha is the first name.
Has to be put him there to protect the two centre backs. Yeah, and then
bro, if you Palhinha, we spoke about balance.
Yeah,
Spain, Palhinha, Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva on the right.
Yeah, Ronaldo.
That midfield three though, balanced, perfect.
Can play if the game is tight and the other team is starting to think, oh, it's tough breaking these guys down. Yeah, you don't want Bernardo Silva or Bruno Fernandes now to start thinking we only need one chance. With Ronaldo up there as well. You can never write him off. You know, so I do think that a lot of teams are going to be like, Portugal are not that good. And then even despite Roberto Martinez, whatever he's trying to do, as long as he has those guys out there on the pitch, they can play the ball, they can take the shot, they can that moment of quality to win a tournament, kind of like Jose, where it's just like, yo, we were rigid, and then the two guys who make things tick for us found the ball, played the pass, whatever, won us the game. And obviously, again, they got quality to come off the bench that can still turn things around. You know, Felix is not getting any minutes. You know.
But that'll be we'll wait and see what Roberto Martinez has for us. Later on. But that's all around the 16 ties. Well, at this point, I think we both said that we thought Germany would win it before the Euro started when we podded. Are you sticking with the same thing? Do you want to change?
No. I think Germany will still.
Yeah, I'll stick with Germany as well. May as well now. But thank you guys for listening. MVPs and rookies.
Ian Wright, unfortunately, man.
Rookie.
Yeah, I'm not with the Saka thing. It's worse that it's just
it's 100% been blown out of proportion.
It has 100%.
Like Ian Wright's not. I don't think he hasn't done that.
He's no longer an enemy. It's not like he's like all of a sudden an enemy of the state, and he's still obviously.
I think his overarching point was that Cole Palmer played well in that 15 minutes. Maybe we should.
There needs to be a way we can get in the team. I think Ian's thought that.
But the answer is not Saka at left back.
I'm only giving him rookie of the week for simply doubling down and saying it twice. If you say it once, it's like maybe it's just come out as a thought. You was in the moment, you was thinking. But now they've panned back to you and you've said again. I think this is something that it's not a second time thing.
You've thought about it.
Yeah. And I think he's thinking, I'm the only one that can say this. But MVPs.
On that same note, I'll give Saka an MVP for coming out and responding.
Yeah, and being like, no.
And the way he responded, I think, was right. He was like, I don't think that's the solution, but if Gareth asked me to do that, I'll do that. I mean, if you needed a quote to understand why Arteta loves him.
That is all Arteta. I was telling you, Saka, he's got training and he's got 2 hours of media.
Yeah.
Well, like Saka writes, they're in the same media class. You need to be doing this, what you need to be saying, type of thing. My MVPs. Bronny James and LeBron James and even JJ Redick.
Are you gonna give JJ one?
I'm gonna give JJ an MVP for simply he has talked his way into the best job in basketball, and JJ is obviously a great basketball man. Yeah.
And in his interviews and everything, he's saying all the right things.
He's saying all the right things. But I am worried for JJ. One of two things. Obviously. There is the lack of experience thing. Yeah, like whatever, everybody knows that. But I'm also worried that he was talking about, we're 1 or 2 players away from really competing. I literally think this will be LeBron's last year in the league. I don't think LeBron he'll do this 1 year with Bronny. He's always wanted to do it. Yeah. Show the world that, man, longevity. It's an unbelievable story.
That is
it's an unbelievable story. It's when you see the photos of Bronny James
to play the highest level sport with your kid, with your son.
There's going to be the
first father-son duo ever to play in the NBA. And on top of that, they're on the same team.
Yeah, come on. And it shows me how much the NBA is like a drama show, because how has nobody else tried to steal that pick? How was nobody like he was left there?
Have you seen all the nepotism
Yeah,
claims?
I'm for that, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like if LeBron has the sway to get his kid in the league, it's not like Bronny James. He's a good talent. He could be a great basketball player, but it's not like.
But also, he went number 55.
Exactly.
He didn't go first round.
It's not like LeBron has stolen.
Yeah,
the
Lakers
first round.
had at least one other pick where they picked someone else, and then it came back around.
He's not the first round first pick that LeBron has. He's like he's
got his hand.
Yeah.
He controlled it. No, none of that. And I think on Bronny James's side, he's obviously come across, because all the GMs and all the reports have said this. He's obviously come across as quite a humble guy, a very humble guy. Like, he knows he's not a franchise player. He's not going to be a star player on the team, but he can be a role.
But you know, it's going to be crazy because there's going to be that obvious LeBron James drive to the rim, toss out to Bronny James, who hits the corner three. And it's that.
It'll be iconic, though.
Yeah.
Iconic.
They'll call a timeout immediately afterward.
I saw someone say, is he going to say pass LeBron or pass Dan?
Yeah, the memes are hilarious. I do wonder, like, so I think LeBron will retire, though. Like, he'll live the dream, and then he'll be like, all right, man, I'm 41, I'm 42.
Yeah.
It's crazy, it's great, it's ridiculous. You're my GOAT again.
Yeah.
But you're 42 now. Like, you give it up. Let Bronny have his time. Let him do his thing. And then JJ's like, all right, so I've got Bronny, I've got a 30-something-year-old AD, and just like Pete D'Angelo and and Hachimura, and like I've just got pieces. Like I've just got like
it's gonna end in flames for JJ.
Like who's even the guy who, like, when you say, because you know often teams they'll blow it up.
Yeah,
I have a star player. I'm gonna trade him to get other group, like 4 or 5 good score players or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, but like once LeBron retires, yeah, how are you blowing it up?
JJ,
I don't think AD is gonna go.
Yeah, but JJ's gonna push that button. He's gonna be like, AD, go, and I build my team.
And it's an AD, of course, chip winner, top Hall of Famer, all the above. But a 30-something-year-old AD who's already missed a lot of games, he's only gonna miss more as he gets older. I don't think he's gonna get like huge returns for it. Where it's like, all right, I can build a chance. It's gonna be a long road.
Yeah,
I feel like, unless they really get some elite shooting right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now.
Well, apparently Bronny James he's a 3-and-D guy. He's a 3-and-D guy.
You will need to be the best 3 and I'll be there every step of the way. If Bronny James ends up anywhere near, or the Lakers end up anywhere near a championship, I'll be there retweeting every photo, every interview. But another MVP, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah,
finally got the trade he wanted to. Couldn't have been
back with his roommates.
He couldn't have been any more like open. Please, somebody trade me.
Smart from New York as well.
Yeah,
they need a Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. So I'm happy for him.
New York did well to hold that one down as well. I was gonna give an MVP.
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah,
highest paid player in the league.
I was going to give an MVP to Zachary Risicka.
For first round pick.
First round pick, and overall France as well. Back-to-back years they've had a first round pick. The first round pick's been a French player. Even the guy who went number 2, Alexandre Sarr, was French.
I like this. There's this like stigma about international players, and the NBA are starting to be like, all these foreign players are coming into the league and becoming superstars, and we need to get USA back on top. And this is the American League. I love that. A lot of the star Giannis, Jokic, Luka, all these guys are European, and it's just slightly annoys them. I love that
because they want their best player, the face of the league, to be an American.
Once LeBron goes, and the next 3 faces look Europe.
No, bro, that's why they're plugging the Jason Tatum.
Yeah, if the face of the league is speaking Greek or Slovenian, there's a massive marketing failure that's already happened.
But I think I'm trying to think if I've got any rookies. I can't really.
Oh, another MVP, Robert Whittaker for the fight last weekend.
Yeah,
knockout first round.
Watch that. Yep.
There's a fight this weekend. There's a good one as well.
In terms of rookies, I'm thinking now. Don't think I have.
Southgate
potentially, Southgate in England. I think. I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have been listening, if you agree with what we've said about our round of 16 or round of 16 predictions, let us know what you think about England. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back potentially to preview the quarterfinals, depending on how the fixtures go and
Yeah, we'll
what
see.
happens there. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.